Jamiroquai's song Virtual Insanity is approaching its 30th anniversary, and I wanted to turn my channel from a small turd to a slightly larger turd. The song slaps, and the music video is a classic, and I really enjoyed both, so I decided to make the room from the Virtual Insanity music video in Blender. Starting off, I needed a way to get the room to be accurate and look like, well, a mental asylum. Anyways, I tried looking for some information on the dimensions of the room and anything else I could find, but I ended up pretty empty-handed. I did find out one thing though, and it is that they used an 18mm camera, so I modified my camera in Blender to be the exact same. Also, I made the render resolution to be 1920 by 1444 pixels, which should be pretty close to the music video's aspect ratio. At first, I tried making a plane and extruding it into a room, but that was still very off. So what I did was, I went to Mixamo and downloaded a reference humanoid model and imported it into the project. I then made this little cube, which is a cube that is scaled by 0.178. I tried to match the cube to the size of each wall tile in the Virtual Insanity music video, and this was the closest. I put a bevel modifier on it, and used an array modifier to construct the wall. Do that a few more times and now we have a white room. Also, cut out a few of the wall tiles and also make loop cuts to them in order to make these windows and the hole in the back. Each wall in the room also has these baseboards. I basically made another cube with the same measurements as earlier, scaled the cube down until only a third of its height remains, and then just beveled and attached the mesh to the bottom of the cubes. On the left and right side walls, these baseboards are 3 tiles wide, while at the back they are only 2 tiles wide. They also are used at the top of each wall, so I made sure to add them up there as well. Now I wanted to make these holes in each wall tile, but I thought of a way to do it without modeling. I created this 512 by 512 pixel texture with the white circle in the middle, roughly the size of 40 by 40 pixels. I then UV edited the cube in Blender, and then went to make a shader material for the cube. To make this hole, I use a bump node and connect it to the texture. The white circle in the middle of the texture is affected by the bump node, and it allows light to react to the material. I then use a mix shader and make another shader which will pose as a concrete like material. Here's what it looks like. And here's how it looks on the cube. Now I got this set up. Next, I decided to make the lights. The frame is made using cylinders and the light itself is also a cylinder. After doing that, I gave it a basic principled BSDF shader and an emission shader for the glow. I then worked on making the chairs that were present in the music video. I used a few cubes with subdivision modifiers to shape out a couch and a little pillow behind it. I gave the couch a material that tries to imitate that leather look, but I don't think I really did that well on it. Here is what it looks like. I placed these chairs where they belong, based on the reference screenshot I took from the music video, and that basically wraps up all the modeling I had to do for this project. I worked a little more on the lighting and each material to try and make it more cinematic, and the result is this render. Now, I just played around with different compositions using the compositor graph in Blender. Here's a few of the ones that I made. I also wanted to make a short animation for this render, using a simple set of keyframes with Bezier interpolation. And here's how it looks now. Since the song is about technology and modern day society's unhealthy reliance on said technology, I just wanted to say a few things before I wrap up this video. I feel like nowadays I can't go anywhere without seeing AI generated posts and reels online and in the real world. It really pisses me off seeing accounts pump out AI trash everywhere that do better than videos that me and other smaller content creators who don't engage in this mass production of slop. Almost all these posts have no AI generated tag, since having one would mean less people would engage with it and thus less money. And that makes so many people engage with AI generated crap on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media platforms to the point where it's almost impossible to avoid it. These pieces of trash are just LARPing any creative medium solely for profit and attention, overproducing garbage which is trained using the hard work of actual humans with the lack of soul that outcompetes actual art or music that gets uploaded online, like an invasive species. Not only that, but the minute you call anyone out on it, you'll get these lazy and uncreative gremlins called AI bros who start defending Gen AI and uses the exact same easily disproven points to argue why their oversaturated images and lifeless images are good looking. I can tell that all of these people don't care about the quality of anything on the internet, and they just actively make it worse. AI generated content is literally a net negative to society. Restaurants and stores that use it are engaging in false advertising. Authors publish entirely AI generated books that not a single person, not even the editors, check. Companies and small businesses often prefer to generate AI art over hiring people who actually know and care about their craft. And platforms like YouTube are just infested with videos that are being pumped out endlessly with garbage. It literally has no point anymore, and all these Gen AI idiots know it. I'm not even that good at anything related to art or music, but I refuse to make that an excuse for me to start relying on Gen AI to get attention in life, unlike these pathetic and greedy goblins. These idiots like to say so many things, such as, oh, it helps disabled people do the things they want to do. Are we going so low in society to the point where we'll use disabled people as a human shield to defend against anti-Gen AI arguments? Plus, that's just a slap in the face for the many people who are disabled, who still persevere and invest in their own creativity and skill. There isn't a single valid point for using Gen AI and trying to LARP as someone who is a creative, so that's why one of their primary arguments is to throw disabled people under the bus. I'll always remember the fun games I played on the App Store and Roblox back in the day, the movies I watched, the music I listened to, because someone worked tirelessly to get these things to be in a presentable state. That expectation today is slowly getting dropped and kicked down the pedestal that it used to be on, and that is what is making everything so soulless and worthless on the internet. I'm tired of the AI craze and the people who actively ruin everything they touch. I just wanted to rant because YouTube's algorithm won't stop recommending me a video or live stream with an AI generated thumbnail every time I log on, and I see so much AI channels just absolutely crushing me on YouTube statistics. Really sad to see what the internet has become, and it's not solely something I can blame AI for. The fact that you can generate an image which is trained off of the hard work of many artists without any permission or compensation is actually mind-boggling. But what's worse is that so many members of our society are just taking advantage of Gen AI to harm people with creativity and ambition, and so many people are absolutely complacent with it, like how popular the Fruit Love Island AI account got. Every AI generated slop video or music occupies a spotlight that could have shined on someone who actually put in hard work into their craft. Anyways, I'm not really here to tell you what you should believe in. In fact, I've only been giving out my opinion that has been building up for like the past few years. I've ran out of energy to really complain anymore. Thanks for watching, goodbye.